which shall never hold their peace day nor night.
My Lord.
Yet they make mention of the Lord, keep not silent.
Right.
Psalms 23:6 says, surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. Amen. You may be seated in the presence of God. Just for a brief moment, saints of God, I want to use for a topic the watchman. The watchman. When I look what is happening across the globe, like for example places like Syria, and where people live, where people's lives are threatened by their own leaders, or also in our own country, where places like Chicago, Illinois, where there is more murdered bodies a year than an average high school graduates. And even in this city where we have random acts of murders happening in broad daylight. I feel sorry for the victims and their families that they have to face such pain, sorrow, and agony, that they have to sit in front of a church as their loved ones lay in a box in front of them, and trying to listen to the preacher as he tries to make sense of it all. But I can't help but to feel grateful, y'all. I know it's selfish, but I can't help but sometimes to lift my hands and thank the good Lord because somebody was looking out for me. Somebody was looking out for me when I traveled from home to work, and somebody was looking out for me when I traveled from work to home. Somebody was looking after me when I hanged out with my friends to the late hours, and somebody heard me when I said, keep me from all harm and danger. Somebody heard me when I cried out, protect me from danger seen and unseen. So it's easy, but I can't help but to be thankful that I'm still standing. I can't help but to thank God for what He is doing, how He's doing. I wonder if there's anyone else here who just came to the house of the Lord just to give God a shout out because you have a watchman looking after you. Yes, that could have been you who had a heart attack and did not recover. Yes, or you could have a stroke and did not come back to reality. You could have been part of a random act of murder. That could have been you who lost your mind, but somebody was praying for you and with you for a watchman to come see about you. And when that watchman came and stopped by you, he came and cared for you, and he had somebody looking after you. Thank God for a watchman. But ladies and gentlemen, what is a watchman? What are the duties of a watchman? Well, this morning that is exactly what I would like to share with you and speak to you about. And by the end of this sermon, I would hopefully have you realize and remind you who your watchman is. For Webster Dictionary defines a watchman as a person who keeps watch, someone who keeps guard. The Greek word for watchman is shamar, which means to keep, to guard, to observe, to keep heed. The first thing a watchman does, he stays somewhere near you at all times. The watchman's job is to stay with you or near the place or person he is watching over. For Hebrews chapter 13 and 5 says, for he has said, I will never leave thee nor forsake thee. I don't know about you, but I'm glad my watchman is near me. I don't know about yours, but I'm glad about mine. that every time I'm in need of him, all I have to do is call upon his name and he shall come quickly to see about me. Sometimes I don't even have to call him. He will just show up, and I'm glad he's not just there for my good, but when I don't deserve it, when I've done and treated him wrongly, even in my bad, he will be there for me. For the times of comfort, he will show up. For John 14 and 18 says, I will not leave you comfortless, but he says, I will be your comfort. So when family members walk off, he's there. When friends forsake you, he's there. When you're down and out, he's there. When you're lost and depressed, he's there. Saints of God, no matter what's happening in your life, I want you to believe and know that your watchman is always there with you. A while ago, I preached a sermon about a blind man. It was about in the beginning of the year. And the Bible declared that the blind man heard that Jesus was passing by. And I stated to the congregation that as far as the man can tell, he was in darkness because he was blind. And I told them that lets us know that even in our darkness, Jesus is still around. I'm glad to know that in dark times like these, in dark times when we're down and out, where we don't know where to go, we have a watchman there to help us along the way. Another thing the watchman does is he looks out for you. In other words, he makes sure that you're okay. I may not have the perfect health, but my watchman makes sure that I have an okay.
Yep.
I have come to realize that I don't have to be great, good, or excellent, but as long as I'm okay, that's just fine with me. I may not be perfect, but as long as I'm okay, that's fine. Sometimes being in an okay state is better than being in a bad state. Mm-hmm. And my watchman makes sure that I'm okay. Amen. In January of 2010, when my grandfather passed away, after his funeral, a man came up to me and says these words, the exact words. He told me, young pastor, when a loved one or someone who you truly cares about move on, you will never get over it, but you will get through it. So I'm sorry, but I can't help but to think of the late Robert Young, about the times when I stopped by his house and sit and chat with him, and I will ask him, I will say, Bishop, I will call him Bishop, and he will call me Bishop also, but I will ask, Bishop, how are you feeling? How are you doing? And he will reply these words, I may not feel my best, but I'm okay. I may not feel like I want to, but I'm okay. And now I know the reason why he would say that he was okay. Because he knew that despite of what was going on, despite of how he felt, he knew that he had somebody watching over him. He knew that he wasn't by himself, but somebody was walking with him. Somebody was talking with him. He had somebody he could hang around. So for other people, no matter what's going on right now in life, just know you're okay. Just know that you may not have the best health, but you're okay. Your makeup may not be as fat as you want it, but you're okay. I don't know about anybody else, but I'm glad to be okay. Can you just tell somebody near you, I'm okay, I'm okay, I'm okay. I may not feel my best, but I'm okay. I may not look my best, but I'm okay. I may not look or sound like it sometimes, but
Yes, sir.
For the watchman, cares for you. He cares so much that he goes against what they say. Who are they? They are those who left you for dead. They are those who gave up on you. They are those who said you'll never amount to anything. They are those who said you will never make it. But your watchman said, watch me. When the doctor gave up, the watchman said, watch me work. When folks walk off, the watchman said, I'm still here. When they said you'll never make it, your watchman said, let's take a ride. Thank God for my watchman, that he cares for me to be better than I am right now. Thank God for my watchman. The last thing that I want to tell you about the watchman, that your watchman, that he gives himself just for you. Preacher, what do you mean? There's a non-fiction story about a man 2,000 years ago. 2,000 years ago, this man was wounded for my transgression, and he was bruised for my iniquity. 2,000 years ago, he was found guilty for being who he said he was, my Lord and Savior. 2,000 years ago, they marched him up to Calvary's Hill. They put nails in his hands. They put nails in his feet. They pierced him in his side. He hung his head and died. He died for me. He died for you. He died for us. He died on a Friday night, but on a Sunday morning, he died up with all power in his hand. And I wonder, is there anybody that knows who I'm talking about? If you don't, let me remind you who he is. He is the first and the last. He is the beginning and the end. He is the keeper of creation and creator of all. He is the architect of the universe and the manager of all times. He is always was, he always is, and always will be. Unmovable, unchanged, undefeated, and never undone. He was bruised and brought healing. He was pierced and eased pain. He was prosecuted and brought freedom. He was dead and brought life. He is risen and brings power. He reigns and brings peace. And I wonder, is there anybody that knows who I'm talking about? The world can't understand him. The army can't defeat him. The schools can't explain him. The leaders can't ignore him. Parents couldn't kill him. The Pharisees couldn't confuse him. The people couldn't hold him. Couldn't crush him. Hitler couldn't silence him. And the new generation can't replace him. And I wonder, is there anybody that knows who I'm talking about? When I fall, he lifts me up. When I fail, he forgives me. When I'm weak, he is strong. When I'm lost, he's the way. When I'm afraid, he's my courage. When I stumble, he steadies me. When I'm hurt, he heals me. When I'm broken, he lifts me. When I'm tired, he leads me. When I'm hungry, he feeds me. When I face trials, he brings me. When I'm persecuted, he shields me. When I face problems, he comforts me. When I'm lost, he provides for me. When I face death, he carries me home. And I wonder if there's anybody here knows what I'm talking about. I tell you on the count of three, get the shot name. One, get ready. Two, he's on his way. Three, what's his name? Jesus, the lily of the valley. Jesus, the bright morning star. Jesus, the King of kings. Every knee shall bow and every tongue shall confess that Jesus is Lord. At the name of Jesus, every demon shall tremble. At the name of Jesus, bodies are healed. His name is Jesus. Oh, how I love Jesus. Oh, how I love Jesus. Oh, how I love Jesus. Because he first loved me. He is the watchman. He watches over us. He keeps us from dark dangers seen and unseen. He protects us. That's why we come to the altar each and every day, just to give him glory and give him praise. Watching over us as he slept. for the watchman. Thank God for the watchman. Thank God for the watchman. I couldn't let go, but thank God for the watchman. The family name was safe, but thank God for a watchman. Thank God for a watchman. For as the watchman, Jesus, who keeps us, who protects us, who heals us, who delivers us, he is the one. But you got to know this watchman. Just like every security guard, just like every secret service, they've got to be hired. And Jesus is knocking at your door, saying, hire me. I want to watch over you. I want to protect you. I want to look after you. I want to serve you. For I want to make you better. Jesus is that one. You've got to be in a relationship with him. You've got to know him. You've got to know him. All stand, please. For is there anyone here who do not know him for yourself? And you need a watchman. You tried everybody else. You went to the doctor and they couldn't help you. You went to mommy and daddy but they couldn't help you. You went to brother and sister. You went to cousins and friends when they couldn't help you. But there is a name that I love to hear. And it sounds like music in my ear. The sweetest name I know. His name is Jesus. Try Jesus. Give him a chance. I guarantee you won't go wrong. I guarantee you want to stay with him forever. As a deacon brothers come